I'm Victoria Jane, and today I'm joined by the wonderful Musumba. She's here. We're colour coordinating.
Yeah, we are.
Everything is just like giving me vibes right now.
I love it. I love it.
Hair's on fleek.
Oh,
lip gloss is popping.
Yeah.
everything. You know, the sun's out as well, but once we can't see it, we're in the Blues Kitchen.
Yeah,
which
but
is
it's
a
nice.
great venue. Thank you for joining me.
No, thank you for having me.
I wanted to kind of start. I like to start with people's names because I feel like your name represents so much about you. I don't know anyone called Musumba. Like, I don't know anyone. Where's that name come from? Do you even know?
So I don't know. I did some research on it. Obviously, my first name is Naomi Musumba. So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so it's better than my whole government.
Sorry.
But, so yeah, Musumba. Actually, I was named after my grandma.
Yeah.
But it's mad. When I started getting more popular, people used to comment like, "Oh, are you Ugandan?" I was like, "No, I'm Congolese." But turns out it actually means shepherd in Ugandan. And
really?
Yeah, so
wow.
I don't know, it kind of gave me more purpose and just seeing how I can just direct people with my music and its message. But yeah, Musumba, it's deep, I don't know, it carries weight, but I don't know many people called Musumba.
Do you know anyone called Musumba?
No.
Okay, so you don't know.
I don't know anyone.
So is that why you was named it then? You named because it means shepherd?
I don't think so. I think I just named it because that was my grandma's name, so I was named after my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after a while, I just got more into it. But yeah, before I was just Naomi Soda, but when I started actually taking my career seriously, I chose Musumba. I think growing up, everyone was just ashamed to be African. Everyone wanted to be. Yeah, everyone.
What in your family, your
not
friends,
even
or just
in my family, just growing up, where I grew up, especially growing up
in Bradford. You grew up in Bradford, and raised.
Growing up there, people wanted to be the Caribbean Richardsons, but they never wanted to own that African name. And they would say yeah, my parents are African, but I'm actually English, and I'm just nah. There's a lot more to it. So yeah, I felt like I needed to claim onto my heritage because I get a lot of you don't look Congolese, and I'm just what's that supposed to mean? But yeah, Musumba.
That's mad. Going back to your upbringing and your childhood, how you got a big family, haven't you?
Yeah,
I do. Because how many brothers and sisters have you got?
I'm one of six. One of six. Yeah. I'm the middle child.
Okay, middle child, spoiled.
Nah, not even. I'm forgotten. I'm the forgotten one. That's no, I'm joking. I'm the middle child, and then the youngest is 6. The eldest is 24, going 25.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's mad.
You got the best of both worlds, elder siblings, older siblings, and younger.
Literally, I feel so. The one before the youngest, he's 15 now. Okay. Well, going 15, but we all had our chance to grow up, and then obviously there's my youngest sibling. She's kind of growing up and seeing how we're growing up.
Yeah.
So I think she learned very quickly. But yeah, it's special. It is nice having a big family. Can get hectic, but yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
Family outings, you got planned.
Nah, literally, because it's everyone's doing their own thing now. So you got my brother, my eldest brother. He's finished uni now. He's working. He's also part of Motto Estate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and then you got my eldest sibling, she's a graduate, she's living her life and whatnot. And then it's me, and then my youngest sibling.
A lot of people to look up to and take influence from and learn from.
We learn from each other, so yeah.
So one of your siblings is in Motto Estate. Is all your family quite musical then?
Yeah.
Always have been? Or?
Yeah, always have been. My dad had a heavy influence on me just getting into music and pursue music. I used to play, still do, don't say used to, but play keys. Okay. And my dad would sit me down from the age of 5, just
That's crazy.
Yeah, just directing my fingers. He got me my first ever piano, my first ever guitar, and just grounded me into learning instruments, and I think it was a good side hustle. Not side hustle, what am I saying? A good, I don't know, just something to hold on, a good hobby.
I get what you mean.
And then, but I was also playing football at the time.
Okay.
So, I carried that on until about 16.
Why did you stop playing football?
I chose music.
Okay.
My career started from 14, 15. I started very, very young.
Do you think it could have gone the other way and you could have been doing professional football?
Yeah, but I don't want to be that person that's I got injured. like my knee, ACL. I told my ACL, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
It's just, I knew my calling was music. Like, I don't know, have fun with football, but I just started losing more of a passion for it. And there was, I don't know, I kept on being brought back to music and
kept pulling you in.
Yeah, just the love of it, you know, learning to produce, to engineer, to just, I don't know, just carry that.
How did you even like learn to produce that? Did you just start teaching yourself, or and like why? What made you think, okay, I need to?
I think over time I just fell in love with sound, just sound itself, and how like important it is that like your music sounds good to the ear. Not just that the music is good, but that's what makes the music good. Like, you know, the mixing, the mastering, like all the process that goes into it. And I think for a long time, I think I struggled with like my self-esteem, like with school. I hated science, I hated maths. But then I started seeing how applicable these things were in music.
What, science and maths?
Yeah. So like things like just messing around with frequencies and sound waves and like I never saw it as engineering, but the more and more I got into it, I was like, wow, this is actually engineering.
It is.
And yeah, it's deep. So yeah, I just started teaching myself during the lockdown, and then I would send things to like my manager now, send things to Jay, and just like, nah, just work on this, and I would sit down just watching hella masterclasses, reading, like, but not because like I wanted to become an engineer, just because I just loved sound and I wanted to develop my sound as well. And then with doing that, I've created what I've created now. So yeah, it's mad.
I feel like it makes sense you saying this because your music is of such a high standard, especially for like how young you are, and like your family and how early you started learning just about music. I can tell why you're like so ahead of your years, like in your sound, like, and how you already have your own sound. Some people have been making music for a while but still haven't found their sound. And obviously you're still like learning and experimenting with your sound, but I feel like you have found it. I mean, how would you even describe your sound? Like,
I have no idea. No idea. I think it's hard even for like, you know, journalists will say I'm an R&B artist.
Yeah, because
but then
is it soul or
is it soul? Is it? I don't know. I think I take influence from different genres and just emulate it, but I won't make it like the genre. I'll just make it how somebody wants to make it. I describe it as like very ambient and very like trippy as well. But then if there's something like, you know, with how I might position my harmonies or might position my keys, it might be like church influenced or it might be very R&B influenced. So I just take a lot of things from everything and just try my best. So, yeah.
So was like faith, has faith always been like a massive thing to you and like, you know, and your family as well? Or is it just kind of you and your family? Like it's a
bit of both. It's a bit of both. I think at first, no. And then, and then like, I don't know. It's like, it's a mixture. It's a mixture. I feel as now I can say confidently, because I took that journey for myself. Like, I had a massive, I don't know, like, disconnection kind of thing where I was like, I need to learn this for myself. I need to, I don't want to go off of what the pulpit's teaching me. And I kind of had like this rebellious phase where I was just not focused. And I feel like, my faith was...
It was there, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and the more I started reading, the more I started learning about myself and certain things that are happening in life and realising, like, I'm still here, I'm still, you know, I couldn't deny the fact that there was a God. And, that was very present in my life. And obviously my parents were a seed to that, you know, obviously raising me in the church. But they could only have done so much, you know, because for like 3 years I just didn't go to church and didn't read. I just didn't want to do anything. And then, it's a weird one, you know, people, because they started hearing my music, they started boxing me in this thing of like, I'm a Christian artist. But really and truly, I was just an artist that believed in God, you know, believed in Jesus. I was making music about my journey and about my life. Because if you listen to Christian music today, they don't talk about what I'm talking about. No. They don't want to be vulnerable. They just want to cap and just lie. So I had a big issue with that. And I'm still obviously navigating my sound and my message and how I want to go about it. But you know, I'm still very human, still, you know, go through heartbreak. I might go through phases where I want to try to be sexy and, you know, want to try to live it up and talk about that freely and not have to feel that, you know, pressure.
You have to succumb to a certain...
And it's not even like who I am as a person. People are just feeding into a brand. Yeah. And that brand can only go so far. So yeah.
And I feel like you do it in such a way where, you know, like, it's you and it's your sound, but there is a strong element of faith there in your music, to the point where if you're not religious in any way, you will feel some kind of like
conviction.
You'll hit your soul. Even
if
if you're not like religious in any way, and you know, and I think that's such a good thing, because I think good music can be, you know, whatever, but great music will pull you in. I think that's what, you know, your music kind of does. But you've obviously been making music for a little while, and your music has elevated. You did the Distant Demos EP. I was there. I remember that surprise birthday as well. She had no clue about it.
It feels like yesterday.
And then obviously you've just dropped 2 songs. Well, I was confused at first. I was like, ABC, and I was like, everything.
And then everything, there's
like a two-sided
thing. It was like a single and a half. So like, I was kind of on this vibe of no rules kind of thing. So I kind of like just slipped the song under when I was distributing it. But it's I don't know, it's deep, because ABC was made like last year. It's been in the works for quite a while. Everything was only made like 3 weeks ago. So
that's crazy.
So I was just kind of like, do you know what? Like, why not? I didn't tell anyone, didn't even tell management. And honestly, it took a big risk. It took a very big risk, but like, it's doing well. It's doing really well for itself, and it's a very special song to me. I feel like with ABC, like, we really set the standard for, I want to say the year, but we're in
everything you want to put out.
So
no, definitely, I agree.
Yeah, there's going to be a variation, and it's mad.
So saying about the year, what's coming up for you? Like, what can we expect from our songs?
I haven't done any visuals yet, like proper visuals.
You've not, actually. I was going to ask that.
Yeah, it's so mad, like how much.
But I don't think you need to always have a visual.
Nah, you
especially
don't.
now, because there's so much music coming out.
You don't. Like, I think, it's mad, like how many streams obviously we've accumulated and consistent listeners.
And your fan base steadily building.
That fan base that's there. But they don't even care about the visuals. They're just like, when's the new music? And I'm just like, it's coming.
But I think that goes back to the connection that you have with your music and that soul that comes in your music. But so a visual could be coming.
Yeah, definitely some visuals, and I'm sitting on about 2 projects now, honest to God. Like, but they're just so different to what I've like once put out. So like, I want to just explore that, and not even care about like how people react. I just want it to hit the right people, because that's what I've always been doing, and it's always worked. So yeah.
Interesting. Who's like a dream collab? Like couple names.
Lil Sims.
Lil Sims. That would be so cold. I'd love to see that happen.
We've got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Gets is another one. Like,
Gets. Okay. So Lil Sims and Gets.
Who else? I need that Party Next Door collab as well.
That's a nice one to have.
We won't even collab, we'll make a project.
Yeah,
like,
that would be amazing. I can see all of them happening. I think you've grown so much even since I've known you. And I feel like your sound is elevated, and I can just see you becoming like so much more comfortable in your own sound and just like interacting with people and stuff. I wanted to finish on this question, which I love.
Okay. I'm scared.
I'm scared. What is one thing you think that I don't know about you? Oh, well, I think I asked that in a weird way. What is one thing I don't know about you?
Okay, I think people give into this, like, I don't know, brand that I'm kind of like elusive and kind of closed off and, you know, reserved.
Okay.
And I behave myself. But I can be a bit, you know, like outlandish sometimes. But in a good way, in a very good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I know that about you, though.
Do you? Okay, let me think of one.
I feel like what is one fact about you that I don't know?
I'm Irish.
Are you? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so, everyone's got Irish in them.
Yeah, everyone.
And you know what? So many people. This is a repetitive thing.
Yeah.
Like
someone else said that.
Yeah.
No, I'm dead.
Oh my God. It's so mad how the brain works. Oh no, but that's interesting. I've got a bit of Irish in me as well. So
no, I love
thanks so much for joining me though. And I'm so
you
excited to hear the new stuff and see you in a visual. I think that'll be so sick.
100%. Nah, everyone's invited as well. Like, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. And like I said, I want to have a listening party, like another one
in
like,
Manchester.
No surprise one, because that was I didn't trust anyone for about 2 months. Then, like I want to be the centre of that, and
you want to be prepared.
just make it cool. Really
amazing. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Look at me hug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Sick.
just a nice